Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So I'm really excited / nervous to start this whole thing. I've wanted to for so long, and I actually had some videos up that are highly embarrassing that I'm deleting because I don't want you to see them, because I probably had no idea what I was talking about. It was literally like 3 years ago. So long ago. Things have changed, but yeah, I'm really excited. Today's video I posted on Instagram. This one got the most percentage of wanting to see this look, and it's basically a look that you can wear for special occasions, whether it's weddings, you're in a wedding, you're attending a wedding, you're going to a dance or a ball, or you're going to a fancy dinner. Like, this look will look great for any of those, and it's going to last a really long time. So this video is going to give you a ton of tips and tricks on how to make your makeup last all night long. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that post notification bell to let you know whenever I upload a new video. And if you want to see how I did this look, then just keep watching. So first, I'm going to start out with a primer. This is Professional by Benefit. I do have some breakouts right now. I used a new skincare line and it completely dried out my skin and was just horrible. But I'm just gonna put this mainly in my T-zone because that is where I get oily. I will say that when you're doing makeup for a special occasion, you really want to focus on your particular skin type. So my skin type is oily / combination. I get really oily on my nose, and usually my foundation is like completely worn off my nose by the end of the day. So it's really important to pick something that works with your skin type. So if you have dry skin, you want to get something more luminous or dewy that's going to give you some hydration versus anything matte, because then it's just going to look even more accentuated if you're taking pictures and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to be using Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I'm going to mix a little bit of that with the Dior Backstage Face and Body. Both of these work really well and last a really long time. The Estee Lauder Double Wear is a little tan for me right now, so mixing the Dior helps. I wore this today. I had a wedding this morning, and I put this on at like 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning, and it literally lasted until I just washed it off, and it's almost 4 o'clock. So I didn't have any issues with it coming off with my nose or anything like that. So I'm just gonna go back in with this since it works so well for me today. Also, make sure you're picking a foundation that has no SPF in it, because if it does, it has the tendency to flash back in photographs. So keep that in mind also. So next, I'm just going to fill in my brows. This is how I fill in my brows on a daily basis. The Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Benefit is my absolute favorite. So I just take, it has the little teardrop kind of shaped pencil, and I just underline kind of the bottom of my brows just to give it some shape and definition. I never fill in the front too much with a pencil because I don't want it to look too heavy or too filled in. I want it to look a little bit more natural. So then I take the Benefit Gimme Brow and just kind of build that up on the beginning of the brow, and then just bring it all throughout. And then that kind of fills in any sparse areas and makes the brow look fuller without looking like a square drawn on pencil. I don't really love that look. I used to rock it, like even in my wedding pictures. I kind of cringe looking at them, at my eyebrows, not the pictures. But my eyebrows were just like so blocky and drawn on. I was like, what? I wish I had figured out my current brow routine back then. But anyway, so now I'm going to take the Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base by NARS. This is my favorite. I always go back and get this one. I've tried so many different ones, and this one is just so good. It works really, really well. I never have an issue with creasing. My eyeshadows always stay looking vibrant, and I've tried so many different ones, and this one just looks really, really good. So at this point, you can go in and cut in your eyebrows if you want with concealer. That's what I'm about to do. I always take the Shape Tape by Tarte. I like this. This is my favorite concealer, but I really like this for like shaping your brows also. And then it creates a base for you to work with as well when you're doing your shadow and all that. It's gonna create a base that's the color of your lid. It's going to cancel out any veins or dark spots on your eyelid and just create a blank canvas. It makes it a lot easier, and then obviously the shadows are going to be more vibrant as well. I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Brush I'm using is just a double-sided brush that I think came in like the Urban Decay, one of the Naked palettes, and I really like the flat side to cut into the brows. I have 2 or 3 of these from just different palettes, and these always work really, really well. I like these a lot. To start on the eyeshadow, so you don't have to have any specific eyeshadow palette for this. I always tend to go neutrals when it comes to special occasions or weddings or whatever event that you're doing this makeup for. I don't think it really matters either way what you're using, but I think I'm gonna go in with the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia, however you want to say it. I just really love this palette, and it is full of neutrals. It looks beat up because I use it all the time, but I love warm shades, so this is right up my alley. And so this is what I'm going to use. I might use a different lid color though, because the ones in this palette aren't my fave, but I really do like the neutrals in this palette. So I am going to go in with a fluffy blendy brush. This is a MAC 224, good old trusty MAC, and I'm just going to apply orange soda and burnt orange to the crease. Too warm, but I love warm looks, so it's always my thing. I always go in with a transition shade no matter whose makeup I'm doing, just because it makes it easier to do any of the other colors that you need to put down. Next, I'm going to do something a little bit different than what I normally do with this palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Dusty Rose, which is like a muted mauve, and I'm just going to go over that. This is a Morphe R37 brush, and it is great. I used to do little Morphe brush subscriptions, and I quit because I was like, okay, I have way too many brushes, I need to stop that. But this one came in one of those deliveries, and I literally use it all the time. So good. So since the crease color that I just used was kind of a mauvey pink, I'm going to go in with this Urban Decay single shadow. This one is called Midnight Cowboy. This was the birthday gift for like ever at Ulta, but it is a really, really pretty shadow, and I forget that I have it, but I'm just going to take this flat Sigma brush and just pat that on the lid. So I really love this brush. It's a Sigma E55, and I can kind of make it look like I have a cut crease without actually doing one because of the shape of this. I literally just kind of put it where you would do a cut crease and kind of just push it back and forth, and it kind of gives you the cutout of a cut crease without going through the effort of doing a cut crease. So that is what I'm doing right here. So now I'm going to go back in with a darker shade just to darken up the outer corners. So you could totally stop here and do some liner and lashes and be good to go if you're wanting like a neutral kind of natural look, not anything too dark. Say you're a bridesmaid in a wedding and you don't really want to do anything too crazy, or you're not used to wearing makeup, you could totally stop here and this look would be gorgeous. But I always like to add a little bit of a deeper shade to the outer corner just to give it a little bit more. You don't have to do much. I'm just going to do this, and there's something about my eye shape, like as soon as I put liner on, the darkness of it becomes not as dark. It's just, it's strange. You'll see once I put liner on, like right now it looks kind of dark on the outer corner, but once I put on liner, it makes it look a lot lighter. So now for one of my favorite tricks when it comes to doing eyeliner, I like to go in with a smaller angled brush first with black eyeshadow, and then I'll go back and do a wing if I want it. This way a lot of times I don't even put liquid liner all the way to my inner corner. I just use the eyeshadow because it's easier to work with. My eyes water, so if I have to do waterproof liquid liner or it like blows out and it just looks crazy. So by doing this, it helps. Also, it helps to create the line before you go in with the liquid liner, because liquid liner can be intimidating if you're not used to using it. So this definitely helps with that. So I'm literally just going to take this. This is Noir from the Soft Glam palette. And I'm literally just kind of stamping it along my lash line. Most days, this is how I do my liner. And I don't even take it all the way to stop here. But I'm going to put some winged liner added to this because usually when I go to a special occasion, even if I'm just attending a wedding, I usually do winged liner because on an everyday basis, I wear something like this. So winged liner just makes me feel a little bit more glam. So my favorite one is the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner. Holy grail, I rebuy this every single time because it is literally so good. Let me find it. So now I just need to concentrate a little bit to do this winged liner because I used to do winged liner every day, but I quit when I decided I didn't want to spend 2 hours doing my makeup every day. So just like that, and the wings are on, I'm gonna go back over with black eyeshadow so that, because you can kind of tell a difference, like this looks a little bit blacker from where we did the shadow. Now if you like a crisp, stark black line, by all means just go in with the liquid liner, but this is my favorite because I like it to look a little bit more soft than so stark. So I'm just gonna hit back over where I just did the liquid liner because I only did the liquid liner on the outer corners for the wing. So I'm just gonna hit that, and then this also sets it too, so it'll last longer. Okay, so I just applied some lashes. These are like half lashes from House of Lashes. I can't remember if I bought them as half lashes or if I just cut a pair that I had, but if I'm being 100% honest, I don't really love wearing lashes. They just annoy me most of the day. But these I can handle because they're only half. And usually when you're wearing lashes, if they're bothering you, it's because of the inner corner. These don't touch the inner corner, so it just gives a very cat eye effect because the length is at the ends. I'm going to add a little bit more mascara once the lash glue dries. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and conceal and do the rest of my face. So now I'm going to set with powder, and my favorite is the Coty Airspun powder. You can get this from Walmart. It's super cheap and it literally lasts forever. So I'm just going to go through and set everything. I don't bake or anything like that. Like, I don't feel like it actually does anything different, and I feel like it just makes me look cakey. So I don't do that. So when I go to put powder on my face, the sponge picks up a lot of powder, and I use my sponge to powder my face. That's just my preferred method. So I usually clean my beauty blender every time before I use it, so I have like the damp napkin, and what I do is I kind of just hit it on the damp napkin so it kind of diffuses and gets rid of some of the powder on the sponge so that you're not making your skin look cakey with powder. So I just do that every time I dip it in. I kind of hit it off on the damp paper towel, and it kind of knocks off some of that powder so it's not as thick going on to your face. Okay, and now I'm going to bronze. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, just the original bronzer. I know they have, I think, a darker one now too. But I'm just going to take this on a bigger, fluffier brush. This is a Morphe M403. And I'm just going to put it where you contour. So like underneath your cheekbones. And then right here, it's going to kind of make a 3. So you do your forehead, underneath your cheekbones, and then your jawline. So if you can see, it's like a 3. Now I'm going in with a smaller kind of angled brush. It's fluffy still. And this is an IB 106 angle brush. And I think I got this from Crown Brushes. I've literally had it for so long, but it works really well for this step. So I'm taking a Hoola Bronzer by Benefit, and I'm just getting a very small amount. You don't want anything too crazy, and just doing kind of a more distinguished line, just contouring it out a little bit more. So now I'm going to go in with blush. I'm going to take the shade Concept by Tarte. This is one of their Amazonian 12-hour blushes, so this should last for a really long time. Also, I will say, if you're doing makeup for special occasions, put more on than what you would normally do, because in pictures it is not going to be as vibrant. It's going to look a lot more natural and neutral. So I always recommend going a little bit more with like your blush and your lipstick and all that. You want it to be popping in pictures. So this feels like a lot of blush to me, I'm not gonna lie, but in pictures this will not be as dramatic, I promise. Now I'm gonna do a highlight. This is the Ofra Rodeo Drive, and I literally just got this all over me, and I'm wearing all black, so that's fun. This highlight is really lit. Like, you will see this as soon as I put it on. Like, you don't need a lot for this to show up. Like, it is there. Like, if you can see it. It's pretty bright. So for eyes, I'm just going to finish these up really fast. You can not put anything on the lower lash line. I like this look. I feel like it makes my eyes look really bright and open. As far as putting liner on your lower lash line, I know some people love that look, and if you do, by all means, do what makes you comfortable. However, I usually recommend against doing anything too dark on your lower lash line, just because if you're going to be taking a lot of pictures with this kind of makeup look, you want your eyes to look bright and open and awake. And a lot of times if you rim your, like, since you already have so much going on with this winged liner, I don't want to do anything too dramatic, because if you're taking pictures from a distance, a lot of times it can make your eyes look closed or like really small. So a lot of times I recommend not doing anything too crazy to the lower lash line. So I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I'm just going to go back in with the Soft Glam palette and add a couple of the shades that we used on the shadow look. I think I'm actually just going to go in with Dusty Rose, and this is a Sigma E20. And I'm just going to kind of hit the lower lash line. Also, a good little trick is to take a nude liner. This is the Scandal Eyes, and this is just a Rimmel one. NYX has one, MAC has one. There's so many different ones that have it, but this one's really good, and I've had it for a long time, and it stays like creamy. I've never had it dry out. So I'm just gonna line the lower lash line, and you'll see the difference. Like, bam! Like, my eyes just like brighter and whiter and whiter, like all of the things, and it just really opens up your eyes, especially if you're from a distance. It's going to make a huge difference. So now I'm going to add a little bit more mascara since that glue has dried. This always helps with lashes. It just kind of lifts everything up. I'm also going to highlight on the inner corner of my eye. This is the shade Tempera, however you say the shade in this palette. It's still the Soft Glam palette, but I do a little bit right up underneath the brow. And then right on the inner tear duct. And again, that just opens up your eyes too. I'm all about opening, just making your eyes look bright and open and airy. That's my favorite kind of makeup look to do, especially with special occasions, because you don't want to look like sleepy or tired or anything in your actual pictures. So I'm gonna use MAC lip pencil in Edge to Edge, and then I'm gonna use Dose of Colors Stone as my lip color. So let's just do that real fast. Okay, so now I'm just going to take MAC Fix Plus and kind of mist it all over my face. I'm gonna be 100% honest, I don't really believe that setting sprays do a lot. Like, I don't think they really affect the longevity of your makeup. I do love setting sprays for kind of getting rid of any powdery look on your face. That's what I use it for, not so much to set my makeup, because I've honestly, like, I've gone through the same makeup routine, and one day I won't wear a setting spray and the next day I will, and I literally see zero difference. Maybe I'm just using the wrong setting sprays, and if you have a setting spray that you love that you can actually see a difference, like, let me know down below. But literally all the ones that I've tried, I don't really notice a remarkable difference to warrant me using it on a daily basis. But anyway, so I'm just gonna take Fix Plus and shut your mouth when you use it, because it doesn't taste as good as it smells. And then I just take a beauty blender and kind of hit everything on my face just to blend everything, get rid of the powdery look, all of that good stuff. And then that is basically it for the makeup. Just kind of neutral, subtle. You still got the wings, so you have some glam going on. And it just looks like that.